my dad was present my entire life. So what type of trauma is it really? They just don't understand the difference. So Mexicans, Puerto Ricans, Dominicans, Black, African Americans, it's all the same for them.
Because he was like touching on all little boys and only recruit little boys to the agency because he liked little boys. Masculinity, but like all we do is fight with women online all day. So now we got to find a way to relearn each other again, but we haven't had enough time to really understand why we even need each other in the first place.
Please don't date Black people because they stink and then they are not good people, and it's like I'm just looking at them like,
what's going on?
How random. This was unexpected.
You wanna know what's funny, right? So many people ask me to do podcasts, but I haven't done none because I don't know, I just like to cook up by myself. But now we're here because of other people. I feel like we have the same issue where we can't get people to fucking show up.
And it's like I've been wanting to ask you, but I'm like, our working relationship is a different dynamic. So I'm like, I'm not gonna ask because I don't think you would say yes.
That's crazy because I was like, why did Lilla ever ask me to be on the show?
Oh, wow.
Like, we could just be going viral all fucking day. Since season 1, I'm like, yo, is she ever gonna ask me? Like, I'll definitely fucking turn this camera around. We could just get busy, you know what I'm saying? But yeah.
Thanks for all the guests who never show up.
I know, right? Because we could have just did this each time we had difficulties and always had some fire videos, you know what I'm saying? But what's up with you, man? It's like holidays, Thanksgiving. Like, how you feeling?
Yeah, definitely. Thanksgiving was a blast.
Yeah?
We did a little like roommate situation, you know, inviting some friends over to the crib and stuff.
How is it living with? Because I got some roommates now too, but I don't really see them often. I'm like usually back and forth. But they seem pretty chill. But I'm learning how to live with others. It's kind of tough.
We're trying to get along, I feel like. So it's the 4 of us girls, right? Wow. I'm a Capricorn. 2 of them are also Capricorns, but January. I'm a December Capricorn. And then the 4th roommate is January, but an Aquarius. So it's like, in a lot of ways, we are so similar that it's like, I feel like I try to keep myself busy and be home less. So it's like, I'm really not confrontational. I don't do well with confrontations. So it's like, you know, we share the same living space and stuff. So it'd be hard. All females.
Are they confrontational with you all the time?
No, I wouldn't say they are, but there's like certain shit, like, you know, if we forget the dishes or, you know, why is the floors not mopped? Like, we have a whole chart.
Yeah?
Breaking down into like, who's cleaning the stove, who's cleaning the microwave, who's cleaning the,
You know what this makes me think about? Because we in New York, right? I feel like if you don't have roommates, where the fuck is everybody else living at?
Man, it's like...
Because I feel like out here, everybody presents themselves to be like, rich, and it's like when you really and like we have good careers and it's still fucking tough to be out here. So I'm like, where the fuck does everybody stay at? You know what I'm saying? I always tried to figure that thing out, but
I feel like people our generation stay at home.
They stay at home, but they act like I think would you be intimidated? Because like my thing is this, my mom always told me, yo, you can stay at home as long as you want. But I never felt comfortable doing it. But I feel like some people are ashamed to do that, even though it's more beneficial for them. So I think they'd rather put themselves in a bad predicament to not have to be home and be broke, but just kind of be independent.
You see, my thing is, I moved out when I was 18. Not only did I move out, I moved to a different continent. 4,500 miles away when I was 18. I don't think I could live with my mom/parents. You know, it's just like, again, my mom is a January Aquarius as well. Confrontation. It's,
that's
you know what I'm saying? I'm putting my energy towards different stuff.
You know what? You made a good point, because when you're living with your parents versus living with your roommates, it may make more financial sense. Matter of fact, you know what this makes me think of, right? So there was this video going around with Oprah, and they were talking about, you know, people who go no contact with their family. And some lady was like, I haven't spoke to my son in about 4 years. He's 33 years old. Another was like, I haven't spoke to my whole family in a year. No text, no nothing. A lot of people don't feel like they can do that. But I feel like now that I'm a little older, family does the worst things to you sometimes. And they're very hard people to deal with, but they just are your blood. Like, that's why my Thanksgiving, we talk about Thanksgiving, was for the past years have become so divided, because family can't fucking get along over silly things. And then it's like you have strangers in your life that treat you so well. And it's hard to understand, but now I'm starting to understand why people don't talk to their family sometimes. Because like, holy shit, these are the worst people to deal with at times.
Yeah, just because, you know, you are bound to each other by blood, like you actually are relatives and related to each other, it doesn't mean that y'all gotta get along off rip. Just because you're my mom, you're my sibling, you're my cousin, it don't mean that we have to get along and be cool.
Thank you.
In a European household where I'm from, oof, it's always some drama. My mom don't fuck with my grandma on my dad's side, or you know the cousins and the aunts, and there's always some gossip, chit chat, bullshit. Like
Really?
he said, she said.
Okay, so let me ask this, right? Because you really are from Europe.
Yeah.
Like in America, me and you talk about this, so they call Americans like Europeans by default, like white Americans. But you're actually from there. Most of the white Americans in America have never been to Europe. You're actually from there. Me, I'm a black American, obviously. What is that house like growing up? What country again?
Hungary.
So really being in Hungary, what is that shift like? Are there any people of color out there in Hungary?
So, no,
No?
we don't have like other races and stuff like. We have
Wow.
gypsies,
What
right?
the hell is that?
So let me put.
I'm a little uncultured, okay?
It's okay because it's a lot of history. Like Hungary has over 1,000 years of history and everything. So gypsies is like the pilgrims, but again, not really. So they call the gypsies here the people that, you know, just be going from state to state and like back in the days type of vibe.
Wow.
In Hungary, the gypsies are the people that rob, steal,
So they're
be
like
violent
gangsters
and-
of America.
Right.
Interesting.
So now a lot of Hungarians are, for example, racist, right?
To people of color or just
Towards
anybody?
people of color,
Wow.
black people, especially in America, even though majority of the country have never been outside of the fucking borders of Hungary, but what they see on TV, what they read online, right? So interesting enough, one of my family members, not parents or anything, somebody I don't associate myself with, right? They're like, oh, just, you know, be safe out there. This was like a week before I moved to America.
Wow.
Just be safe out there because, you know, like, I know like your preference and like what you like and stuff, but like, please
As in
don't.
preference, do they mean male preference?
Yes.
Okay, let's get into that. But go ahead. Oh, I gotta hear this. This is crazy.
But they were like, just please don't date black people because they stink and then they are not good people. And it's like, I'm just looking at them like, what are you talking about? Like, you know?
Wow. So in Hungary, they believe that you shouldn't date black people because they stink, they're bad, they're violent because of how television portrays the culture.
Correct. And again, it's not even that we see like news or anything, it's the movies. So how movies portray the black culture in America.
You know what, that's interesting because we accept so much negative talk and negative perception on ourselves because we deem it as entertainment. But everybody everywhere else is seeing it for what it actually is. So some of our biggest cultural moments are negative depictions of our race, but we take so much pride in it. It's very interesting that out there that's how they view it because we, you know, those are our historical moments a lot of these times. That's crazy.
And the modern day example, for example, baddies, right?
Ooh.
So now the females fighting and da-da-da. It's like majority, I believe, I don't watch baddies, but majority is like people of color, right? Like the girls
of
and
course,
stuff.
yeah, 100%.
So, you
So
know,
when they see when you watch shows like Baddies in these other countries, what is that kind of what do you guys see when you see that?
so when I used to live back home like 10 years ago, we didn't have these. What we have is MTV. So like, you know, the music and then, what is it? That like welcome to my crib type of
Wow.
shows and stuff like that, you know?
Yeah.
So those be cool, you know, because that's like the entertainment industry. And from Hungary, that shit just seems so like unreachable. You know, since I moved here, I'm like, oh, I can bump into any celebrity here on the street randomly, right? Like
Yeah.
I've seen Adam Sandler downtown the other day. He was just walking past like casually. I was eating my little kava
In the
bowl.
city?
Yeah.
Wow.
And then I'm just like catching up with one of my friends and I was like, damn, that's Adam Sandler. It just caught me so off guard. You know, I was just like, I'm like, hey, I like your movies. He was like, thank you. You know, it was like such a casual little stuff. So it's interesting how we perceive entertainment and television and what we see when we are here in the midst of it versus, you know, I don't think you realize how far what you do really reaches and who get access to that. Like we're sitting here right now in, you know, Times Square and then somebody from China might be watching this and they'd be
That's
like, oh.
so true. And that's crazy because you know what's funny? When I saw recently that people in Asia or Japan, whatever, in those countries, they're making fun of Americans and they say, oh, let's bring American culture here, and they'll fucking pretend to be zombies or fentanyl and all these different things. But it's like, I think America's negativity has been put on display for everybody's amusement. But to us, it's like, That's why I think sometimes when you step out, like you ever like leave a situation, you come back in, it's like, wow, was I ever a part of that? That's how I feel about a lot of culture, whether it's rap music. We'll get into like the whole YNs right now, and now they're doing the quarter zip thing. But this, I feel like those are the things, like those perceptions. Like, look how fast we went to a quarter zip wave because of a few videos. But I can't even imagine how all these other countries, through years and years and years of us, and I think there was a comedian who said it best about black culture. It's like we talk so negatively on ourselves because anytime you are dealing with real pain, you mask it with humor, and that's the only way it becomes acceptable. You can't joke about certain people, but you can say anything you want. And it's almost like we kind of just, that's so funny. It doesn't matter who says it. And I think then we cry about not having unity. That's my big problem with our culture. We cry about lack of unity, but then when it's time to do things to take a stand against issues, we don't do it. We just laugh and joke and embrace this rapper, this rapper, this rapper. I was talking to somebody. I'm not going to say who the rapper was because it's going to upset the whole entire world. And they're from this rapper's state. And I said, yo, this is a white friend of mine. I said, bro, I don't like the fact how this rapper was still doing what he did before fame, and this is who we idolize as the only person to look up to in my culture. When we have years and years of history, black history is about, oh, you just got off the boat and now you're here in America, but it goes way back before any of that. But if you ask anybody, they're like, yo, so-and-so is the greatest of all time. But it's like all of our leaders that got wiped off the earth, Fred Hampton, whatever the case may be. So we can only look up to motherfuckers who are just in gangs and getting money. And then half the time these guys don't even have any money. So we're just raising people off misinterpretation. So that's one thing. And I'm glad you said that about how you guys view America and Europe, because that's the only way we could really understand how not cool this shit is. Yeah. When people say, don't come here. And like me and you, we're here, so we don't always have to deal with like bullshit all the time. Like the worst thing you gotta deal with is like probably a crackhead or something, like probably fucking with you. But other than that, it's like, you don't really deal with a bunch of bullshit. Nobody's tried to steal your purse in recent years, right? You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of interesting about America. But I think that leads us into like this whole thing about YNs and the quarter zip thing. Now, let me ask you this. You're a female. You said something earlier about, oh, don't date you know who. Do you think that, I feel like for a long, I think we're slowly getting over this. Let me just say, I think we're slowly getting over the fact that women like men who are from the streets. But I don't think that we're all the way there. I think that we're pretending to be. How do you feel about men who are from the streets versus men who have a decent life but just don't look dangerous?
I'm proud to say I'm over the scammers, the gangbangers, I don't know what got into me in a really good way this year. Wow. Like, I would have folded so fast last year.
So what?
Hi, baby girl. Oh, yes.
So what? Let's, because I'm a person that needs to understand detail. What is it about these men that people know they don't have a foreseeable future with, but it's still this instantaneous attraction to them? What is it about them type of men?
You see, and it's interesting because I don't claim myself as somebody who's into the toxicity. I know a lot of my homegirls be like, oh, well, I like the toxic. I like the rush I get from. I don't think so. For me, it might have been some sort of trauma or whatever. But again, my dad was present my entire life. So what type of trauma is it really? you know is it the fact that...
Does it go back into the media play again about how it's viewed on TV?
Feel me? And like the old gangsters and thugs and da-da.
Because, you know, I had a cousin, right? And she used to always brag about dating men from the streets. And I said, you know what? Matter of fact, my cousin called me the other day. My cousin was talking to a dude in the streets, right? And I tried to tell her this. I said, you know, if you were just riding in his car while he's doing this thing, you become a part of the crime too. And you're now you're a conspiracy. You're wrapped up in all of this shit just for the rush. And I think a lot of men, I always realize, like a lot of real niggas, I think they try to keep women that they actually fuck with away from all that shit. Because if you doing real shit in the streets and you're bringing these girls with you and you know they getting wrapped up in that shit, they getting caught on the cameras with you, especially if you really doing it big time, I think you're a lame, because you should not want to. And then there's men out there who will throw some shit in a chick purse when, you know, come down to it. That shit ain't mine. Somebody got to cinch, it ain't going to be me. So they wrapping these females up into all of this shit. And then this girl got to sit down and do 15 with you. You calling her every day, asking her to put money on your books every day, bothering her, bringing her through the ringer. Then you want to come home, beat on her because she stopped talking to you because she didn't want to do a 10 clip with you. But then it's like, can you blame her? Because men assume that you're supposed to know what you were signing up for because you want to take those rides with me.
Man, I would say, you know, the rap music that we listen to, hip hop, the idols, the legends that we look up to. It's like, oh damn, you know, they getting shot, they, you know, sell drugs, they flashing money, this, that, and third, cool clothes. Like, it's not everybody who lives that type of lifestyle that's gonna actually make it and be up there.
Exactly.
So
now one more thing I gotta ask, right? So because when you think about the men who wear the quarter zips and like the joke, it's obviously a joke. We'll see how long it actually lasts. They're actually gonna really do this. I think that there's always been men who dress that way for forever. Why do you think they were overlooked until we made it cool now? Like, what was it about men who dress formally or casually that just kind of wasn't interesting? Did it just seem too stable?
I feel like this whole quarter zip wave was just like a random TikTok joke type of stuff, right? That also just shows like blind is leading the blind. Somebody starts a random trend and it's like, it's so much more attractive when somebody got their shit together, you know, and you present yourself well, because how you dress is the type of people that you're going to attract.
Yep.
You know?
You know, it's the realest thing. I had an old mentor, and he told me this. He said, what did money look like to you growing up? So if you don't know what money looked like to you growing up, sometimes we try to wear it. Because it's like, well, like you were saying, to us, if you ain't got that Benz, you don't got that Cuban, you don't got that Rollie, you don't have nothing. There's people parking their Benzes right in front of the projects, you know what I'm saying, and going, you know, in a pissy elevator. So it's like, that's what I say, what does money look like to us? So like, we see the fact that us dressing this way when in the 40s and all these, we already dressed that way. Sunday service has always been a thing because that was the only time during slavery. The reason why we wore suits and all that, because the only time during slavery black people could get dressed up was when they was going to church. So that's why that was the only time we started wearing suits and things of that nature. There's probably a lot more history before that, but from what I understand. But it's just crazy to me that it takes a trend to see kids getting in line and fucking looking decent. It's kind of insane when you think about it.
I'm here for it. I'm not even gonna lie, right?
I'm here for it too.
This whole like, I feel like the fact that we live in New York City plays a huge part in like our kind of messed up preferences in the dating world and stuff like that. Because I could ask you the same thing, right? I was told before by somebody that I would have potentially, you know, seen myself being involved with or whatever, that, oh, you are just too nice to me. You are too nice for me. You are too, your shit is, you know, put together. You have your shit going for yourself, and I'm just like intimidated by that.
You know what's crazy, right? Because that is a real thing. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I did it too, where I had girls that were just way too like put together, and I was on some wild shit. Like, I'm out of town every day. And like they're like, yo, we eat dinner at 9. You know, I go to work, come at 5. Here's my phone. This is what I'm doing. I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Why the fuck are you so nice? But it's like, I guess we all broken. And I feel bad because, like, as you get older, it's like, and I think women go, but you know, men never admit this, though. Men always want to talk about women sleeping around doing these things, but men do it too. They waste women's time for years. Then they get older and be like, oh man, shorty was good. She cooked dinner every day. She came home from work. She wasn't in the club. And I hate, that's the only thing about that conversation I don't like, is how us men can admit we be on bullshit too. And a lot of dudes gonna hate, but you know what? Fuck the red pill wave. It got us thinking that only women can get held accountable for the shit they do wrong. But men waste women's time all the time. They getting all these women pregnant. They sleeping around, not taking care of their kids, dating young ass females who don't know no better, which we gonna get into later. Men do a lot of bullshit too. Okay, females can fuck up. They treat the nice guy bad or whatever. We treat the nice girl wrong all the time. What the fuck is the problem? That's why I don't get engaged in this gender conversation. I look at humans for who they are. We're flawed individuals.
And that's what it is exactly, in my opinion, as well, that when something is so like well presented to you, it's not always like just, you know, the packaging. It might actually be the real deal. Like, you know how we say, oh, it's too good to be true.
Yep.
It's not even that. I feel like right thing, wrong time or whatever. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, some things find you when you are not mentally ready for it. And that's my thing when it comes to dating nowadays. I like to know that, okay, I'm taking care of myself, my shit is situated, you know, and I don't need nobody. Like, the fact that I have somebody that I can go to and talk to and come home to and stuff like that, that's just a bonus, but we should never need each other. You know, we should be grateful.
What you mean by that? Like, you shouldn't need each other? Like, you don't want to have to rely on your partner, like need each other?
No, once you're together, yes, but like a lot of girls go out like, oh, I need my bills paid. I need my nails paid. You know, I just need somebody to take care of me. If you cannot take care of yourself, how you expect somebody to take care of you?
So let's understand that too, right? Because like I have family. Like I've always taken like my father, my step pops was I call him my pops, like but that's my father. But he took care of everybody. So like I naturally that's what I like to do. But there is a distinction between women who just want random stuff. Now, do you think those women actually like the men they're talking to?
So this is just gonna be an opinion because I never been that type of send me bread for my nails or I don't know how, and I'm not even gonna say women, how girls do that, right? I think they enjoy when they come across a trick or what they call a simp and so on. Like a simp for me, what females in New York call a simp is a guy that actually genuinely cares about you.
Interesting.
Because the fact that you call that a simp and like a simp behavior, that just means like, okay, so you actually want like somebody from the streets who gives you bread, right?
Wow.
That's why I feel like females are into like the scammers and stuff because they are not ready for the commitment or all the obligations that come with the relationship. But y'all do your little due diligence and then here's the bread. So is it like prostitution? Like what is going on?
To me, I think it's prostitution
Feel me?
because it's a transaction. I mean, especially if there's some girls out there who aren't giving nothing up. And okay, so I got people in Miami. They feel like the dating market is so fucked up because there's so much transactional shit going on that now we can't even. I ain't gonna say we because I don't deal with that type of shit. But they say the market is so fucked up because there's so many men who are just being transactional that it's almost fucking up the mindsets of all the women. Even women who don't have the fake bodies or not in the section, they still believe they deserve that too. But they still want the regular things that come with being loved and having companionship, but they almost want to abuse people financially, which I find pretty interesting that people are doing that.
This is why I'm single currently, and I feel like I was born into the wrong generation or something because I'm looking for that real love. Like, I'm yours, you're mine, and, nobody can break us apart.
You know what they're going to say, though, right? They're going to say you're not looking in the right places, so you're lying. They're going to say, because you know what they're going to say? They say, well, women say they always want these things, but they keep having so many breakups because the man you want is not the man you need.
So many breakups, though? What was the last time I dated?
When?
Like, actually dated? 2023 April. I'm not talking about going on dates.
You're talking about like a real relationship.
Man.
So let's debunk this myth because, well, it may not even be a myth. Men don't really believe that women can like sit down, as we call it where we're from, sitting on your pussy. Okay, sorry to be inappropriate, but men truly feel that women cannot take these long breaks of just not dealing with anybody. Is that true? That because women I've been celibate, I haven't had sex for this long. We always like, yeah, right, but y'all really do be doing that sometimes, right? Or do y'all just be lying?
I'm speaking for myself. I can go for a long time because for me, again, being intimate with somebody is like goes deeper than just, It's not only us exchanging our bodies, it's the energy, the soul, like energy transfer is real. I'm not saying I ain't never done that before, like,
Yeah.
But like I'm
real.
pushing 30. I don't got the time, the energy for that. And I feel like if I was to keep engaging in those type of situationships, I would just never find the right person because I'm falling for like, oh, he's fine. Let me just, nah.
You know what I think we need to talk about? Everybody's talking about YNs. I'm sorry, sisses and all of them, but these girls is wildin' too. They wildin'. I mean, these girls is talking to old ass men. Even when they looking up to TikTok girls, they looking up to these girls online. They can't even make calculated decisions. These girls, my little sis in like middle school trying to get lace fronts. I'm like, why we not talking about these little girls who are wilding the fuck out in the culture because of all these older women who are just as dumb as a lot of the older men that we look up to? I mean, let's think about it. Who's the most influential in our culture, right now? And we in New York, who's the most influential females right now these young girls are looking up to? Then let's analyze that person.
The first person came to my mind is Cardi.
Okay, now we could talk about Cardi because look at even how Cardi's moving. Now, if Cardi was to be a regular female with no money, no fame, no clout, we'd be looking at her like, yo, sis is wildin'.
Your
like
baby mom's with 4 kids.
Thank you. And so these are the only people these girls can look up to.
Yeah.
No home training. And they openly embrace it. Now, 9 out of 10, not all these females are going to meet some rich NFL player. This is not reality. For one, there's not enough of them. There's way more females on the earth than men. And there's not enough rich people on the fucking planet, but somehow they think they can manipulate the same. I mean, duplicate the same behavior. And I feel like, why y'all always talking about young niggas, young? These girls are doing the same out of pocket shit. The same cycle is being repeated. So I'll be looking at what these girls have to look up to, and it's not really much. That's why the culture is kind of like fucked right now.
Yeah.
But
we definitely idolize the wrong individuals.
And
based on what? Looks?
And it's crazy. You know what's even more funny? Cardi has infiltrated black culture so deeply. She's not even black. That's the fucking crazy part. She infiltrated the culture so hard. Mind you, I don't see no Puerto Ricans doing this shit. I don't see no Spanish girls acting like this. I hear more black women, all that extra shit. I don't even see Spanish culture duplicating this nonsense. But now think about, it can go deeper. I think about the labels, who owns these labels, and this always makes me just wonder, why us? Are they putting all, like you said, when you came from Hungary, they didn't say, don't date no Puerto Ricans. Don't date no Spanish. Don't date no fucking, they said don't date because how we look. Unless I'm wrong.
You're not wrong. Let's just add that for Europeans, Hungarians specifically, Latin America and Black African Americans is the same shit.
Oh, it's the same shit.
That's how uneducated a lot of them are. And cool, you're racist. You're entitled to your opinion. That has nothing to do with me. I don't condone that. Don't get me wrong. You know, I'm not even going to say it's a preference. It's a fucked up opinion or a fucked up way of thinking because that's just something is wrong, right?
Yeah.
But they just don't understand the difference. So Mexicans, Puerto Ricans, Dominicans, Black African Americans, it's all the same for them. They just call them black.
Interesting. Okay.
And
well, in a sense, they're right because this whole color thing was made up by some white supremacy bullshit. So they technically not wrong. We're all just divided by lines in the fucking sand. You're a fucking Dominican. You're a Mexican. You're this. It's like it's just lines in the sand, and then we all feel like we're different, but it's just different shades of the same shit. But nobody really wants to talk about that. Like even you, like me and you are really no different. It's just you're just a different pigmentation than me. It's like there's one earth. We're on this fucking earth. This floating ball of fucking gas in the fucking middle of the earth. But anyway, that's a whole nother conversation that nobody really wants to get into. But when you divide, you conquer. You understand? That's why this poor, middle, wealthy, this same shit they've been doing, same shit they doing now with the fucking LGBT community, with the immigrants. It's all divide and conquer. You know what I'm saying? And we got the nerve to look at everybody like they different. We all one and the same, but you got to divide.
Because when it comes to certain, collectives, since you brought up the LGBTQ community, right? I have so many people, friends, gay homeboys and hella cool, you know what I'm saying? Nothing wrong with that. My thing is, since we all want to be equal so bad, we shouldn't be doing this, this is the week of this is the day where we celebrate this, or let's stand up for, this cause. And if we all wanted to be equal, we should all just shut the fuck up and live our lives.
That's why to me, I don't even think Black History Month is that cool because it's like, damn, we get a month out of a whole lifetime of just fucking shit.
And that's the shortest month on top of that.
The shortest month out of the whole fucking calendar cycle. We all Black History Month. Woo woo woo. That's like we supposed to fight harder because like what the fuck is 1 month out of we put in 400 years? You know what I'm saying? We get what 28 days.
Yeah. Something if you stand for that, and if we stand for that, we're supposed to stand for that.
Yeah.
365 days a year.
That's why I'm like, yo, just to wrap up that part about YNs and the whole quarter zip, it's just like our perception of reality as a culture is just so fucked up right now. Like, I mean, I love the whole quarter zip wave, and I hope it stays alive. I hope men get to, because I was a young nigga, I was wearing Chelsea boots back when people was laughing at me. I've been dressing like that. So I'm like, I'm not, that's why my friends hit the group chat, yo, Drae, where your quarter zip? I know you got one. I've been wearing blazers since we was in high school, and nobody thought that shit was cool. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, oh, finally, y'all fucking caught on, because I knew that there's two sides of America. And one of them they both look a certain type of way. There's ways you got to present yourself to get in certain rooms and get in certain environments to make a certain level of bread. And I didn't want the bread that comes with looking like a fucking goofy. When y'all pay Mike and Mary, do the nigga pay you. All of these brands getting rich off of the culture because this culture is the only culture that makes shit hot. And we still don't got nothing to say, this is ours. All these people infiltrating culture, we making everybody rich. But we don't have nothing to show for it except for it being on our body. It's like your outfit costs 3 racks. Great. But them niggas made $300 million.
And you didn't eat lunch today.
And then now you calling your baby mom, seeing the food stamps came through, whatever. But you fly as fuck though, man. Like you fly, bro. I give it to you. Like you fly, bro. I give it to you. But yeah, So I hope that we get it together. The YN wave is kind of crazy. Oh, my last thing I want to ask you, right? To flip the kind of script on, because I've been seeing maybe we look at it too deeply. Do you think we look at it too deeply?
We might overanalyze.
We might overanalyze it, right? That's how we're gonna know who our audience will be and our people will be, because they looking for somebody to say the same shit they be feeling. When I saw Kevin Gates and that little girl on live, right? I said, what the fuck am I watching right now? Like, it's almost a little bit psychotic to see a grown man doing that to a young girl on camera in front of the whole world and just not giving a fuck.
It's a mental illness, because everything Kevin Gates does, he don't give a fuck about. Whatever he says, whatever he does, however he presents himself, he just, to me, seems like he just laughs everything off. And it's like, do you take yourself as a joke?
I think so.
You know?
And I think that they came to the point where relevance is so much more important than anything else, that they look at it like, well, this is going to keep my name relevant. And there was one thing that Young Thug said in an interview that he did with Banks recently. He said, I just pray to God that I stay like relevant, and I do whatever I got to do to stay that way. So I be trying to tell people like, that's dangerous, right? But this is the people that we get so invested in. So we see that, and there's a little girl who sees that and thinks that might be okay, or a little boy who sees that and thinks that's okay to treat a girl like that. But to me, I thought it was weird. It's like, why don't you go get a woman your age and try that same shit? But that's the mind fuck. Now, old heads, I already know y'all old heads. I'm not tripping on y'all. Y'all been trying to bully me for years since I've been going viral about this shit. Because there was a video of Boosie on the Pop the Balloon. I said, why this old nigga hanging around these little 20-year-old girls telling them to come to the bathroom and suck his dick? Everyone's like, yo, you hate a young nigga. No, y'all are just fucking creeps, and you can't abuse a woman your age that way. That's why you abuse these little girls. We get it. And if you have a problem with it, like, we could talk about it, but you're not smarter than me. This is why you're bullying little children. There's 40-year-old men getting 21-year-old girls pregnant. Like, we get it, because you can't do that in the fucking world that you live in. So if you don't act your age, you abuse those that are younger than you. And we get it. This is not about, oh, young women are so feminine and pretty. If we go back in history, when they made these laws about like how old women could be, they were doing that because the purity of virgins. But these are all the pedophiles of the world today who made these rules. So I always ask people, the rules we follow, who made them in the first place? Can we have a convo with these people? Because we following rules of people. We don't know who they are. We don't know why they follow them. For all you know, look at the man who, it's another thing. The man who made all the K-pop stars, right? He had the big agency. He was molesting all the little boys. So he would recruit they was wondering like why the K-pop boys, they look like little children, even though they're grown men. Because he was a well-known, like, whatever, like little boys. So he would get all the little boys, and all these allegations started coming out, and they tried to change the agency's name because he was, like, touching on all little boys and only recruit little boys to the agency because he liked little boys.
You see, and they say similar shit about Disney Channel, Nickelodeon.
Thank you. Dan Snyder, all these people, for example.
The thing is, men do so many sick shit, but... it's going to sound so wrong, but my thing is, if there was no audience for certain stuff, it would, just stop. The fact that people still feed into it, and there's still people who, is the target audience, and rightfully so, because they go for it, certain shit will just never end.
Yep. Yes, right. If there wasn't an audience, nobody would be able to fucking applaud the bullshit.
And then it's just like, it goes back, I feel like, generational, like, traumas and just, like, so many...
Yo, I'm going to recommend all of y'all a book. It's called Brainwashed by Tom Burrow. And it talks about all these things. Like, there's nothing new under the sun. Everything that we go through now, down to hating each other, they try to say that even came back from the house slave switching on the outside slave. Like, they trying to run away, man. It's like, these... It could be not true, but it makes perfect sense to me. Like, because I think a lot of things are rooted genetically and it gets passed down. But... all these things we're dealing with have, and I say this, they're probably gonna think I'm a man hater, but I'm not. I still keep it P. But I truly believe that in our culture, Lilla, black women, they never even had a shot at true companionship with men. So, you know how they got this quote that says, oh, it wasn't that long ago? Black women, since they had to deal with us through slavery, now we had the highest marriage rates in the 1940s. A lot of people don't know that. Segregation hits. The welfare state comes in place. Now single family households are like at 70%. Then you got slavery time. So we had small pockets of time where women actually had to rely on black men. We didn't really have that much time with our women for them to really rely on us. I think we're getting there now because more dads are in the house now. Marriage rates are going up a little bit, I believe. Black women get more educated. We're doing a lot better. But as a culture, we've been fighting each other for so long. They've been stopped fucking with us. Yo, y'all good. Take this, take that. Let them kill each other off. So now we got to find a way to relearn each other again, but we haven't had enough time to really understand why we even need each other in the first place. So we look up to people and all these different things that we look outside of ourselves. There's no other people that black women look up more to than gay men and fucking ratchet women that they see on TV, but will disrespect the men in their own house.
I see it on social media, especially in the comment sections so often. Like, the video could be about a dog and a cat playing, right? Some irrelevant stuff, and the comment sections will take it there.
And now they take it there, right? For no reason.
For no reason.
And we hate each other.
And
then
you
it's
attack, it's just like, whoa.
And, they're going to hate me for having this convo with you because you're a European woman. But I don't care, because it's like the conversation has to be had. Because think about it. Like, even when females, every girl I've seen is, yo, sis, you good? Like, you know me. I buy people. I'm very nice to everybody no matter who it is. I treat all women with the same amount of respect, especially when you come from the same culture. But there's always a reason for us to fight. Then we talk about masculinity. But, like, all we do is fight with women online all day. All us men do is fight with women online all fucking day. And I have my wrongs, like I had my little Angel Reese moment, but that wasn't me fighting with Angel Reese. I was just telling her, I'm tired of seeing your ass cheeks. I want to see you play ball, sis. That's it.
Oh, and she responded to that?
It was a whole big thing. And then Joe Budden and them was talking about, they was all going crazy on me. Joe Budden and all these guys was yelling at me, and the whole Joe Budden cast was calling me a simp and blah, 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 blah. Melissa Ford was mad. I kind of did go in, but not really. We just flowing. I was just flowing. And then it got all over Twitter, and and then she made some videos. She didn't respond directly, but it was just funny timing. What I had said, and then she was just embarrassing herself even further. But neither here nor there. I just wanted to see our culture do better. That was it. And at that moment, she was the hottest female in black culture. Angel Reese was on. You know what I'm saying? Everybody was talking about her. I was like, yo, we can't have this representation, because it was like, hey, I'm not gonna get back into it, because they try to make it a whole comparison thing. It's like, it's not about that. It's just about, why does certain shit look cool to us that shouldn't be cool? That's all I was saying.
It would be great to see better times, for sure. Do you think, like, in the near future, anything gonna change?
Fuck no. We'd be too far down the rabbit hole. There will be small pockets of people who change, but you know what comes with change? Changing. So we're not gonna we're not even gonna see the people who are changing, because they really changed. They said, fuck, I don't need to be a part of that. So that's why a lot of times we can't even see the results of nothing, because we so focused on the negatives that we can't even see the change that's happening. It be happening right under our feet, because they living in a whole different algorithm. They living in a whole different world. They in different spots. They going to different. That's what I'm saying. It's like, when was the last time you saw a kid wear a quarter zip in real life? When you change, you in different environments. I'm not going to the spot no more. I'm going to the matcha spot. That's what comes with change, and we never even really get to see, because we still be doing the same shit.
That's a fact.
So that's kind of how I look at it. I don't think that's gonna change, but I think, like, even guys like Ray J, I saw him abusing that little girl on the lot, even if it's just for fucking jokes and clicks. It's like, bro,
certain shit is just not funny though. Like, it's okay, we're tired of that shit.
It's like, bro, you already did the reality TV. You should be good. But it's like, when you that old, I don't know. Maybe that's just what they do. They're reality TV people. That's how they get their money. That's how they stay relevant.
Clickbait, and again, staying relevant. I feel like you had your relevancy moment with Kim K back in the days with that video and stuff. I just saw a video with Ray J saying that, I don't even know what podcast he was on, but they asked him, like, what age is too young for you when it comes to a female? How old is Ray J? Like 40?
Gotta be close to 50.
Some, right.
You know what I'm saying?
He was like, well, 18 is too young. 18 is too young even if you're 25.
That's crazy, right? Because me and my boy was just talking. We was like, yo, bro, like, are we getting older? Why these kids in college seem like babies now? Like, I could have never even imagined as a 27-year-old talking to a girl who's 18, 19, 20. Knowing what I know, they don't know half the shit. I'm not even that much older than y'all. So a man who's 50 talking to a girl that's 18 is kind of crazy. I be like, when I go past college kids, they got braces in their mouth. I'm like, whose baby is this? This is somebody's little baby.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that's why I could never see myself talking to a girl who's a baby and then going to meet her daddy knowing damn well I got no good intentions with that girl. And that's why I think they only fuck with girls who kind of come from broken homes and shit, because you don't got to face the music of their family or anybody who's a real man in their life that's going to protect them. To me, that's just a game. They manipulate those that are easily manipulated. And that's what predators do. Not to call them predators, but it seems like a common pattern. Most people who kidnap kids and look after kids, they do it to people whose houses aren't strong. And a lot of these men preying on these little girls are doing it to them. And she ain't coming from no strong daddy. A lot of these girls you see out here, they daddies ain't, you know what I'm saying? Ain't no stand-up man, because you got to face that music.
And again, that's the same shit, like, to draw it back to Cardi. Like, Cardi started off as a stripper. A lot of girls now, 16, in the club, dancing every
16?
day. 16? Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Like, is it even legal? It's definitely not legal.
Definitely not.
It's unethical. Like, there's so many ways to make money. I'm not, because I have homegirls who dance and stuff, Me, personally, I wouldn't. But then again, I guess it just goes back to like kind of like the family background that you
Yeah.
come from and stuff
Exactly.
like that. And then it's just like, or maybe I'm not just like all the way like carefree or whatever to do some shit.
It's
but
called morals. It's called morals.
I would like to think so.
I think about Ray J and like reality TV. They've been doing it for a while, and I feel like now the new wave is like the Krishans and the Blue Faces of our generation. And with them comes a lot of eyeballs, because I realize majority of the world is fucking bored. But it's like I can't really. And once again, maybe we're overanalyzing the situation. I just don't think that these are people that we need to see online every fucking day.
I don't.
Do you ever like come across people in real life and they won't stop talking about this shit that's happening on the internet? Like that's all they want to talk about, right? It's like, yo, did you see this? Did you see this? Did you see this?
Yeah.
And I feel like, bro, don't give a fuck. But it's so in everybody's brain that it almost feels like we're talking in a matrix kind of repetitive format, because we're only talking about all these other people that we don't fucking know who are only doing these things to get us riled up. Mm-hmm. So it's like, why do I know? I mean, to me, Krishan Rock is really a sad case. That's like, to me, it's like a label using the artist they know is fucked up just to make them tour and do whatever. It's like, that girl needs some real help. And y'all got her out here running around doing all this crazy shit. But that girl, to me, they all need some real help.
My thing is, in order to be able to help somebody, she needs to be open to receiving help. We've literally seen Krishan's downfall in real time, right? I didn't know who she was before she got involved with Blueface, like how many years ago, right? But she was like a cheerleader or something, right? Like you've probably seen her, like, thank you, like body perfect, face pretty, you can see she's happy, positive, just like.
I saw a clip, and I'm going to try to find it. I saw a clip of Krishan Rock taking multiple drinks throughout her pregnancy. And this is on the forefront of display. I think it was a dude from Hollywood Unlocked. He was like, yo, like, there's multiple times, like, y'all was smoking, drinking while the girl's fully pregnant. And I think it's kind of, that's why I can never get into baddies. I can never watch that shit, because every time I would try to watch it, I'm like, yo, this shit, something about this shit don't feel right. I can never get into it. And I know one of my little men is like, yo, when I get home, I'll watch baddies. I'm like, yo, bro, you good? Like, is you, and not because like it's a bad show, because like, why do you care to watch baddies as a man? Like, why are you so enthusiastic about that?
Even as a female, it's like it just sends a certain standard, and not in a good way. The standards is down there.
Yeah, I feel like females who watch baddies, they're a little scary. They're like weird. Like, I mean, they're not weird. It's just like you're a little low vibrational.
Like, do you think, okay, cool, we're in New York, right? I wasn't born and raised in New York, right?
Yeah.
But for a female to be so aggressive and that's really what you want from a female?
Why do you think they like baddies so much? Why do you think females like it?
I feel like, again, trauma. That's all. Because I know I've been through hella trauma, right? Mm-hmm. I was never like that, but like now that I'm in my soft girl era, right? I don't like to use that phrase either, but I see the difference in how I approach situations, life, man, my personal problems, everything in life. And then it's just like, I understand it might be a defense mechanism and like kind of your guard being up and like having a wall up to protect yourself. But then again, just, internal help, read a book about self-love, go to therapy, things like that.
And it's crazy having them not going to do that. Do you think these girls most like low-key want to be these girls that they see on baddies and shit?
I think so.
You think so? Like, I feel like if they had the chance, I feel like for a while that was every girl's dream, like to get a call to be on one of them shows, like to just go fight and be ratchet and show who's more. To me, maybe help me understand, what is the main goal on baddies? Like, what is their goal each show?
I never seen one episode in my life.
Oh wow.
What I've heard is it's just females fighting and drama.
So people just like drama.
Because realistically, if we didn't have no drama or no negative shit in this world, we would be bored,
Bored
right?
as fuck, yeah. That's what I say.
Like,
Controversy sells. Because I even think about like right now with the whole 6'7" thing. It's like, you know what I find funny about that? Like, it's cool because that's like you were here like around the time when everyone was like 21, like all that stupid shit, right?
21?
Oh man. So at a point in time, we had our moment where it's like, what's 9 plus 10? 21? Like, it was this stupid thing that, oh wow. Okay.
I'm not in tune. Yeah, no.
Okay, well,
I moved here 2016 October. I missed the whole 2016 summer wave. I don't know what the fuck was going on in 2016. What was happening in 2016 summer?
Oh my God. I'm the worst person to ask this, but I was there. It was just, the music was lit. That's when Drake and Future dropped their joint. a lot of people our age, that's when we graduated high school.
Okay.
Summer 2016 was just like, life was good. Because then a few years later, COVID started rolling in. Life was just good. Everybody going to college. The music was great. I don't know what it was, just one of those things you can't really describe.
Okay.
Summer 2016 was just like, all summer 16, playing Dirty Not Clean. It was just the wave. Like, it was, I can't even really describe it to you. Summer 2016 was just different. And I have a bad memory, but I never forget 2016. It's just the time. You know what I'm saying? Sorry you had to miss out on that. I really do apologize for you because I feel like that was probably the best experience we could ever have. I feel like there's never been I've had good years, but I feel like it's just been like life just lifing.
I made up for it in 2017, I feel like.
Okay.
Because that was my first summer in New York.
Oh, wow.
So I was having my little fun,
Yeah. Well, back to what I was saying.
Back to the 21.
So the 21 was a clip of his little African boy. It was like, what's 9 plus 10? He was like 21. Like, it was like a stupid meme, and then that was us saying 21. The only thing I have that's skeptical about the 6-7 thing is, right, the dude Skrilla who made the song, he does like these weird ritual shits. Like, he cuts goat heads and all that. Like, he's a dude from Philly. So I actually watched a documentary on him a while ago. They like one of Tommy G and one of them went to Kensington, Philly with him, hung out with him for a day. They do like the real satanic shit, and they was trying to say the 6-7 is a weird number for his like beliefs that it is. I forget what it's called, but somebody will know what I'm talking about. But that's just what the internet has said. That's why I was like, yo, that might be some weird spooky shit, because he just said 6-7 has to mean something. It can't just be like I was saying two random numbers. It has to mean something, because why would you say it?
I've seen one interview with him, and he said that it don't mean nothing.
He's a damn lie.
So
it has to mean something.
But the fact, that shit alone, Skrilla putting his customers in his music videos, all the fiends and stuff. And now I was babysitting my niece the other day, right? And then 4-year-old, right? And other kids of that age group, kindergarteners, talking about 6-7. But then also our generation, people pushing 30, 6-7, like, what are y'all saying?
Stop.
My generation, 6-7, is Lil Wayne 6'7", thank you.
Exactly. So that was the first 6'7", like back then. That was a good time period too. Like we was young. We was in middle school when that came out. But yeah, I think the 6'7" wave is kind of creepy. I always try to say, it's just another trend, but like I said, I always want to understand where things come from and why the fuck we're saying it in the first place. Because like, what the fuck does that mean? I mean, you got kids like dying over it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like they can't even help themselves. But anyway, maybe I'm just getting too old to understand. But I don't trust that. I don't trust that shit. I don't trust that guy. He's cool, but it's just one of those things.
Music is so influential.
So influential.
And then when it comes to this new age and AI, now we have AI singers.
How you feeling about that?
Man, I'm trying to stay out of the loop, but it's like only so far I can go without like bumping into something that's AI or, pictures, music. I couldn't even name one AI singer. I know there's a couple like topping the charts and stuff, but
I'm scared of AI because it's getting so good that majority of my timeline is AI videos. And that's what makes me kind of nervous, because like I usually, you could tell like it's bad prompting or whatever, but there was one video I was watching with a polar bear, and I actually thought it was real because it was really good. I was like, oh my god, like that actually almost made me kind of sad. They was like rescuing a polar bear or some shit, and I was like, this AI, like polar bears wouldn't do that. I was like, damn, they got me again. But like that's getting very, very scary. I'm kind of worried about the future, what that might look like. With just especially like during like hard political times, because then that's could be used as real propaganda. Like especially during politics, like that's when I kind of got a real big rise in my own platform was politics. But that's a very sensitive time for America, and that's real warfare. I'm worried that AI could be used for political warfare to mislead people, because then when it gets really good, we won't be able to decide what's what, and it gets people going before it gets too far. You can't reverse it. People are already upset. They're fighting. Civil wars happening. That's the biggest thing for me, because misinformation.
It's provocative. It gets the people going.
It gets the people going. I'm scared of the AI misinformation era. As far as the music, like I can see why the artists are crying about it, but it's like, yo, bro, the labels do better. The labels have been replacing y'all and getting rid of y'all for years. Are y'all fucking surprised now? If this is gonna be cheaper to do and make them more money, why would they not do it? You artists have not been making them fucking shit for years. Fuck are y'all mad for? That they want to partner with Suno. I mean, like the Christian community is a little upset because there's the number one gospel singer. Oh my God, he doesn't have the Holy Spirit. But they're gonna be even more mad when they realize this guy is a full blown Trump supporter making gospel music. And we all know who consumes the gospel. They usually don't really like Trump too much. But to me, that should be the least of their problems. The problem to me is that you don't know who's behind the people. That's what I'm worried about. I'm more worried about the person behind it. The song was good. Not gonna lie to you, I listened to it like, God damn, we sure that's AI? That motherfucker could sing his ass off. But the song wasn't too bad, to be honest. So we'll see where this AI thing goes. I don't think it's going anywhere no time soon. It's just gonna get more and more money. I mean, OpenAI got $70 billion. Like, it's just not going nowhere no time soon.
There's definitely some sort of hidden agenda behind all this, because realistically, AI been around. GPS, AI. Any technology related stuff is AI, you know? Siri is AI.
True.
You know, but now it's just so much on the forefront, and having a whole app, ChatGPT, and the Sona app that you can, like, you know, prompt yourself to be whatever the hell. And
I've been seeing girls make I've been seeing these females make AI versions of themselves. They actually posted them like it's really them. I'm on to y'all because y'all think y'all low. There are some girls out there who are making AI versions of themselves and like enhancing. It's just the same thing as before.
Facetune is AI as well. All these editing, Photoshop, or
y'all not low
at all.
It's AI. You're not that cute, sis. But it's okay. You know, it's the same thing we've been doing, photoshopping asses to make them bigger. I guess this one's a little easier because y'all can still make videos of yourself actually walking. I've been fooled a few times until I found out. Yeah, hell yeah. I was like, because you know, people always think that men pay attention so closely to details, but sometimes like if we just don't really do that.
Yeah, just double tap everything.
Yeah. Hey, fellas, be careful. That's how y'all get caught up. Y'all gotta stop liking stuff. Just like it visually. Pro tip.
You've been catfished in real life before?
Oh, not in real life. But like I see people that I know, like, not any girls I was interested in, just like people I know. I'm like, oh, is that really you? Like, is that sis right there? And it's not. It's like a whole AI thing.
Changes your whole, everything.
I've never been catfished in real. Let me think. Have I been catfished in real life?
I haven't been. Well, it wasn't actual catfish, but you know, okay, it was from a dating app one time, right? And you know those like model guys, like signed to an agency, like, you know, the bone structure, and
Yep.
So that was his normal, not my type at all. But again, this was like 5 years ago, and no, 3 years ago. My fault. Before, you know, who knows? My ex is watching this.
I gotta get the timeline right.
It's 3 years ago, 2022. And then we link up, and then he was just like a frail, short little boy, glasses. He pulled up to the date in pajama pants and Crocs. I'm like, yo.
You know what?
So it's like you can take really good pictures of yourself, you know, from your right side, good angle, all that. But
Yeah, I always say I'm not good at taking photos, and I'm glad because I guess I haven't been catfish before, but there always was people who look really great in their photos but don't look the same way in person. Then it kind of fucks up. Like, it's like, bro, I wouldn't have did this if you didn't. Like, I thought you was about to come look how you look on that profile.
They usually tell me I look better in person.
Well, that's a good thing because a lot of people can't do both. You know what I'm saying? Some people like look really great because they take great photos. That's what they spend their time doing because they spend more time looking at themselves than actually like being outside. But yeah, like, yeah.
I don't even like to touch my pictures. Okay, let's say if I have a little blemish, I might, you know. But even so, it's like you just
and
need
you could
because
you actually do real modeling stuff. You actually could do that if you wanted to. But it's crazy the people who don't even do half that shit are just altering themselves like crazy.
I had a photographer one time like snatch my whole waist, and then my hips were like twice the size it is, and I was like, can you like
fix that?
That's not me.
I don't understand why females think that like
it's not attractive, and I don't think every male, not every man's gonna think that those bodies are attractive either.
I've had people tell me who like really, because I'm not I like very natural women, and this is what's gonna piss her right off. I like natural women, but no one wants to hear that. Anyway, it's a whole nother argument for a whole nother day. But I've had people tell me like women who have all these excessive bodies, and it's not even enjoyable because it's just like extra shit. It doesn't feel real. It's all hard and shit. You know what I'm saying? So I don't understand, but I guess they say they do it for themselves, as women say, I guess. But no, right?
I don't think so.
It's like we don't do this shit for men. So it's like you lay down on the table for yourself, I guess, if that's what you want to say.
How unhappy do you have to be?
To look at yourself in the mirror with a new ass, and
I'm not saying if I could get a few sizes bigger in the back, you know, hell yeah. But then again, I can just go to the gym. I would never. And then you still gotta
do all of that working out anyway. You know what I'm saying? To maintain that. So why don't you just start, eat your little oats, your peanut butter, like, you know, you'll be good. You'll be all right. But anyway, I just want to say, I thank Lilla for having me, right? Because this is how, when they say let things be natural, right? Me and Lilla have been working together for what, like, probably like 6 months, almost a full year. More than that, right?
It's been since March.
Been since March, right? So that was the first time.
Oh, that's about, like 7.
That's the first time we worked? Okay.
Yeah. In March, we shot the first episodes, and then in May, we launched.
Oh, okay. So basically, because like I do a lot of back end work for a lot of different people, like pause First of all, let's just call it producing, okay? Producing content, because that's wild, right? Produce a lot of content for people, and you know, me and Lilla working together. But I was like, yo, she's dope. Like, I want to be on the show, but I'm like helping with the show, and I'm like, I don't want to be Diddy, like all in the videos, trying to be all in the videos. But today was like one of those days where it just kind of naturally worked out, like because I was doing a long form show too, and it would be tough. Like, yo, we filmed this day, all people sleeping in, people don't want to show up, and then we writing the whole show, we shooting it, we editing it, we paying for all the resources, and people who all they gotta do is smile and wave, giving us a fucking hard time. So I think this is probably gonna be one of the dopest ones, because with the knowledge we both have, it's hard to find good personalities. Like, it's not easy.
And then the amount of people I trust, I can count on one hand. And when it comes to my platform, I think you are the only person I trust. So
yo, and we both
ain't
get no sleep. We still showed up. Like, you know what I'm saying? We never missed a day. So you know what I'm saying? So
Amen.
We here.
And we're gonna keep it that way.
That's a fact. So I'm Drae. It's been a great time.
Lilla Foreign, we out.
Peace.